Welcome back to Nation of Glory. Today we bring you a story filled with passion, pride, and perseverance. A story of a man who turned dreams into destiny, who fought not just for victory but for legacy. This is the incredible journey of the Mexican sensation, the masked marvel, the luchador enmascarado, known around the world as Bandido, a man whose mask may hide his face but whose spirit and courage shine brighter than any spotlight. This is not just a wrestling story, this is a story of heart. Bandido's journey starts in Torreón, Coahuila, Mexico, a city known for its hardworking people, its heat, and its soul. Growing up there wasn't easy. Opportunities were few and the streets taught lessons faster than school could. But even as a boy, Bandido dreamed differently. He wasn't just watching wrestling on TV, he was living it. He was studying the moves, the flips, the grace, and the fire of the luchadors who came before him. He was inspired by legends like El Santo, Blue Demon, and Rey Mysterio, men who wore masks not to hide but to represent something greater than themselves. For Bandido, the mask was a symbol of hope, identity, and family. From a young age he trained in local gyms, learning the art of lucha libre. Every roll, every leap, every drop of sweat shaped him into something more. He wasn't the biggest kid in the ring, but what he lacked in size he made up for in heart. His body moved like lightning, his spirit burned like fire. His teachers knew they had found something special in him, someone who wouldn't just follow tradition but take it to new heights. Bandido's rise through Mexico's independent circuit was fast. He became known for his high-flying, fearless style. He could flip, twist, and soar through the air with precision and beauty, but behind every graceful dive there was struggle, long nights of travel, small pay, unsafe rings, and endless competition. But he didn't quit. He couldn't quit because he knew this wasn't just for him, this was for his family, for his people, for the pride of being a luchador. As his reputation grew, he caught the eye of promoters from around the world. He traveled across Mexico and then to the United States, where fans were mesmerized by this mysterious masked man who flew like a superhero and fought like a warrior. He became a favorite in promotions like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and then joined Ring of Honor Raw, where he quickly made an impact. His speed, his technique, and his charisma set him apart. Every time Bandido stepped into the ring, it felt like magic. The crowd would chant his name with energy that filled the arena: Bandido, Bandido, Bandido. And then the moment came in 2021, the night that changed his career forever, the night Bandido defeated Rush to become the Ring of Honor World Champion. It was one of those moments that define a lifetime. As the referee's hand hit the mat for the third count, Bandido's body fell back exhausted, his mask soaked with sweat, his arms raised high in victory. He had done it. He had become the world champion, not just for himself but for every kid back home who dreamed like he once did. That night he stood as Mexico's pride, as Ro's new face, and as a global symbol of what hard work and faith can achieve. But what makes Bandido truly special is not just what he's done but how he's done it. He carries himself with humility. His smile behind the mask, his respect for his opponents, and his love for the fans make him one of the most beloved wrestlers in the world. He's not just a performer, he's a storyteller. Every move he makes tells the story of lucha libre's history, its culture, and its heart. His style is the perfect blend of power and agility. He's not just a high flyer, he's strong, capable of lifting men much larger than him. His signature moves like the 21-plex and the X-knee strike have become crowd favorites, but it's his energy that wins people over. When he enters the ring, it feels like the air changes. When he flies through the ropes, it feels like gravity itself stops for a moment just to watch. After conquering Ring of Honor, Bandido found himself facing new opportunities, the biggest of them all Elite Wrestling. When he signed with AO, it felt like destiny calling once again, and soon enough something amazing happened. He teamed up with Brody King, the powerhouse from California. Together they formed an unlikely team, a fusion of two worlds, two cultures, two fighting styles. They called themselves Brodido. On paper they couldn't be more different. Brody, the towering giant with dark tattoos and brutal power; Bandido, the masked hero with speed and heart. But in the ring they became one of the most exciting duos in wrestling history. They understood each other perfectly. Brody's strength protected Bandido. Bandido's agility complemented Brody's power. It was beauty and beast in motion. Their chemistry was electric and the fans loved it. Their journey through the tag team division was intense. They faced some of the best teams in the world, overcoming challenge after challenge, and then came the night of destiny at AOXNJPW Forbidden Door. The world watched as Brodido fought through pain, exhaustion, and chaos to defeat two of the toughest teams in the world and capture the AO World Tag Team Championships. It was one of those moments where the arena exploded with energy. Brody lifted Bandido on his shoulders, the lights flashing, the belts shining, and Bandido looked out at the crowd, raising his hand in victory. The masked warrior from Mexico had done it again. He was now a double champion, the Raw World Champion and the AO World Tag Team Champion, a feat few could ever dream of. That night wasn't just a win for him, it was a message to every dreamer everywhere. It said, no matter where you come from, no matter what you face, you can rise higher than you ever imagined, as long as you believe, as long as you fight, as long as you keep your spirit alive. Behind the mask, Bandido is a humble man, a family man. He often says his biggest inspiration is his loved ones. They remind him why he fights, why he travels, why he gives everything in the ring. He doesn't just fight for fame or money, he fights for meaning, for pride, for every kid in Mexico who looks up to the stars and dreams of one day wearing that mask and hearing the crowd chant their name. Bandido represents the heart of lucha libre, the courage, the artistry, and the emotion. It's not about being violent, it's about storytelling, about passion, about making people feel something. That's what Bandido does best. He makes you feel, he makes you believe, he makes you care. Today he stands as one of the brightest stars in professional wrestling, a global icon whose journey continues to inspire millions. He's proof that heroes don't always wear capes, sometimes they wear masks and fight in rings surrounded by fans who see themselves in their heroes. And that's the good news for today. Bandido is not only at the top of his game but also spreading hope around the world. He's breaking barriers, showing that lucha libre is not just a style, it's a movement, it's a celebration of life and culture. His story is still being written, but it's already one for the ages. So what can we take from Bandido's journey? It teaches us that identity is power, that being true to who you are is the greatest victory. It teaches us that passion can take you anywhere, no matter how small your beginnings. It teaches us that success is not just about winning titles, it's about inspiring others along the way. Bandido lives that truth every single day. And as we close this story, picture this: the lights dim, the crowd begins to chant his name. Bandido stands in the center of the ring, holding both his championships high, his mask shining, his heart full. He looks into the crowd and sees the faces of kids who believe in him, and in that moment you realize that heroes still exist, they just happen to fly. Thank you for joining us today on Nation of Glory. If this story touched your heart, if it made you believe a little more in your dreams, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with someone who needs inspiration. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories of strength, courage, and hope from the world of wrestling and beyond. This has been the story of Bandido, the masked hero who turned faith into flight and dreams into destiny. Thank you for watching, and remember, never stop fighting, never stop believing, and never stop shining. We'll see you next time right here on Nation of Glory.